Welcome to another episode of Sports and Food Podcast. We are recording on Wednesday, December 18th. Yes. Tay, we are back at it. I'm sorry, we be having a lot of breaks in here, but I mean, you know, when we pop in with good content. So hopefully y'all listening and liking.
Yeah.
You know what? We're actually providing you guys with time to listen to our old shows. I mean, exactly. Listen to the stuff that we've already put out there. That's the good stuff too. So Tay, man, it's
SNF podcast.
Check it out. So Tay, it's been a while, but I mean, what's been going on? I know we've got Thanksgiving for us was good. Lots of food, you know. Not a whole lot of family this year, so that's good. My sister moved to Las Vegas with my nephew, so that's 2 less people.
That's right.
Yeah. So we missed them. But my mom came over, and Lindsay's best friend, sister, came over.
Nice.
And man, I was in the kitchen for 3 days. I felt like somebody's grandma chefing it up. But
that's a lot of work, man.
It turned out good. I made turkey. I bought a turkey breast. I made a turkey breast. Usually we don't have meat at Thanksgiving. It's weird because nobody really eats it.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, and actually
turkey's different. It's a different beast.
Oh man, it was something wild. I did all this stuff to it, and I cooked it. I cooked it right, and it tastes okay. But I was like, man, now I'm on this thing, and I'm gonna cook it again next year, and I want it to be great. So I'm about to get the injectors and all this kind of stuff for next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say the injector thing and that I forget what it's called. They put that spread in there.
Oh, I did that. I made a compound, and
you did the spread?
And I lifted up the skin and put my hand all in and rubbed it all down like as a little baby, rubbed it all down and put it in the refrigerator overnight and did all that. But man, they needed something else. I needed a little bit more flavor in that thing. So we're gonna work it. We're gonna work it out. But
but at least it was tender.
Oh, it was tender and juicy though. Yeah, it was tender and juicy. So that was good.
That's hard to achieve too.
That was good. That part was good, but I just need a little bit more flavor because turkey, is dry and it's flavorless. So I was like,
yeah. It is,
but I mean, it was. But other than that, Thanksgiving was good, and been living life and lifing is lifing, and you know what it is, Tay. What's been going on with you, man?
The same thing, just working, got the kids, having fun, family, and Thanksgiving too. I actually went to 3 houses.
Oh man, you got 3 good meals.
Jenny's parents, Grandma Ivory's, of course, and then I actually went to Nastasia's place, and she cooked for her people, so it was awesome.
Really?
It was cool. So I got to do, and I was full. I've finally conquered 2 houses, so 3 was a new achievement to try to do. But I had to eat most of the 3rd at the second, the next day. But good food, at each place, and it was good. It was well worth it. A long day, but it was all good.
Nastasia had you at her house and cooked dinner for you, huh? That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was good. She, they got skills over there, so proud of her for that. And Christmas, dude. Our ducks. I mean, life is good right now.
It would be better if we was in the number 2 seed.
We'll talk about it.
But we'll talk. I know. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So this episode, we're going to continue with sports, or excuse me, I'm saying it backwards. We're going to continue with food before sports. Before we jump into the food, we're going to hit the While We Were Gone segment. Tay, have you heard of this new YouTube show, Own Your Own Recreation?
Drey, that's with your boy, Big Measy. Man, he's up there in the mountains with these Jeeps. They're driving over rocks, amazing views, giving you pointers out there, pulling people out of the snow. Man, it's a must watch. And you can find him on YouTube. You can go to his website, all social media platforms. Find him on Facebook, Instagram. His YouTube is hot, so check it out. Phenomenal.
While we were gone, Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy, becoming the second defensive player and the fifth wide receiver to win the award. Oregon's Dylan Gabriel finished third, not too bad, in the voting, and Ashton Genty finished second.
Man, this was tough. I know we talked about it, but Travis Hunter earned that Heisman. I mean, you said it, two-way player, big highlight catches in the critical moments, and then I don't know how should I say it? I don't know how better he is as a corner compared to the other corners, but the games I watched, he looked pretty good. So I feel like he earned it. But man, that running back from Boise State, he should have won it too. Like I'm not gonna go all the way and say Hunter shouldn't have won it, but there's no reason why it was Janty shouldn't have got it either. That guy was amazing. He ran for a lot of yards against the Ducks, and when our defense was all healthy,
man,
and he was causing fits.
I mean, he had like three or four 200-yard games this year.
Yeah, and everybody's in the box trying to stop him, and they're in the playoffs. Like, the guy elevated his team, but I think this is a great debate, and I'm gonna stay out of it off the social media because people are losing their minds over him.
While we were gone, the Milwaukee Bucks won the second NBA Emirates Cup, beating the Oklahoma City Thunder in the final. Giannis won the game MVP award, but Dame Lillard played well too, though. Let me just shout out Dame Lillard.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm rooting for the Bucks, kind of just because of Dame for this season, because our Blazers are not in no kind of contention. So I hope they go all the way, and it was cool to watch it. This championship doesn't mean anything, but I like it. I like to switch up. They are playing competitive, and then we're about to hit that dry period for a little bit, and then they'll ramp up. But the NBA championship's up for grabs. Boston's a favorite, but Milwaukee has a shot. I don't know if they're the top 2 or 3 team, but we'll see. I think they got some potential.
We'll see. While we're gone, Gina Auriemma broke Tara Vanderbilt's record for most wins in the NCAA history, men's or women's, with 1,217 wins. That's a lot of wins, Tay.
Wow.
And she just won. Wow. She just broke it last year. Let me give you some of this man's accomplishments, which is his list is very, very long. He's the only coach to have multiple undefeated seasons, 6.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of all other coaches only have 4.
Wow.
He has the longest winning streak in D1 history with 111 straight wins. That was they won 111 games in a row from 2014 to 2017.
Those teams were ridiculous. Winning by like 50 points.
Ridiculous. He also has the second 90 and the third longest 77 game longest winning streaks in D1 history. So he owns the 111 winning game most games. Then he has a second with 90 in a row, and then the third with 77 in a row. Come on, man. And that's then insane. This has ended all with his teams has the most. He's the coach with the most weeks at AP number 1 in D1 history.
Wow.
250 weeks. He had 51 consecutive weeks as number 1 team in the country. Pat Summitt, the great Pat Summitt, rest in peace, Tennessee great coach, is second with 112 weeks. So he over doubled her. Gina Auriemma.
And then he gets all the championships too. So
yes,
he has more than anybody.
And you know what? I didn't write anything about his championships.
What has he got about? 12, 13. That's insane too.
He's definitely double digits for sure. Definitely double digits for sure.
Well, I think he is part of that rare elite coaching class, and I might miss one, but I got Belichick, Phil Jackson, Nick Saban, and him. I mean, there's somebody else too. I can't think, and Don Saley might be that next one to come up. But like those coaches are on a different level, and he might be the best of the best if you think about like resume, But that's a rare group, and I think he just makes, first they recruit the best players in the world. You got to give it to the players too. But if you watch how they play, they maximize those players to the fullest. Like, they wouldn't probably be in where they're at as adult if they didn't go through his program. And if I had a daughter or son who is one of the best in the country, UConn, I hope, is one of their, the schools they go to.
Yeah, one of the recruiting. Yeah. Heck yeah.
But yeah, hats off. I didn't know he had all those streaks like that, but it makes sense. I mean, he's ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, he's basically, his players are running the WNBA right now. A lot of them are. He's about to put a good one in next year.
Yep.
And while we were gone, a little fun one. Kenny Smith, TNT host, old Rocket point guard, Houston Rocket point guard, lost a free throw shooting contest to Stephen A. Smith, sportscaster, host of what's that show called? I forget now. It's blanking the name of the show. It's not Get Up. It's First Take.
Oh yeah, First Take. Yeah,
on TNT in the pregame of the semifinals of the in-season tournament in Las Vegas. Kenny didn't want to do it. I'll say that he did. He at first when they started talking about, Stephen A. wanted to shoot free throws against somebody.
Yeah,
he was talking about training Shaq. Charles said, "No, I don't shoot free throws that good." And everybody was like, Kenny was like, "I'll dust him." Basically, he ain't ready for me yet.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny made one free throw, and Stephen A. only made 3 though. So I mean, it was terrible, just to be honest. So
yeah, they were bricking.
Oh, it was
that show is one of the best, hands down, and it makes sense to bring on Stephen A. because of the basketball connection. I have a feeling there's going to be some kind of merger with that. Just throwing it out there with those guys with the basketball personalities. But yeah, I love it. And Kitty Smith, he ate his words. And that's what he gets.
And we've been gone for so long. This episode I put together a while we were gone honorable mention. So, just to throw out a few. Asia Wilson got a new Nike shoe deal, the largest shoe deal for a woman, a WNBA player thus far. The New York Liberty, WNBA's New York Liberty, won the WNBA championship. The Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series.
They bought them another one. No, I'm just playing. They're good.
Bill Belichick, as a head coach, was hired by North Carolina as the head football coach. Bill Belichick in college, Tay.
Man, yeah, it'll be weird. Maybe he's gonna try to win a bunch there.
Wow. The thing that I think hopefully everybody has watched, Iron Mike Tyson had his first sanctioned fight in 20 years. He fought Jake Paul or which Paul? Which one of them dudes he fought? I forget which one he fought. I can't remember.
Yeah, the scam.
Oh, Tay, I'm so glad it was free on Netflix, because if I had to pay for that,
yeah, I would never. I know. It was exciting to watch them come in, and then after the first round, I'm like, what I thought. They're gonna make some money, and they're robbing us.
Hijacking. Oh, Tay, it was bad.
Yeah,
but that's why we were gone.
Hey, let's talk about food. Today's topic is
holiday food, traditions, and more. Most families, if they celebrate, have some tradition, food or other, grand or small, that happen every year. Tay and I are going to talk about our family's traditions ahead of the Christmas holiday. Tay, I know you guys got some kind of traditions that you guys do every year.
Yep.
Let the people know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Christmas to me is my favorite time of year. I love it, the spirit in the air of Christmas. I love the Christmas music, all that, the food, the presents, the kids stuff. We still do Santa. Hope they're not gonna watch this show, but I'm not gonna elaborate just in case. But
Yeah.
my younger two, they still believe in Santa. So we actually just did our letters tonight. They're supposed to send out. I'm like, we better hurry up, or they're not gonna get it to Santa. So we got them. We got that. So that's been cool. Since I've been married, Jenny has brought in some new traditions that I wasn't ever thinking about, until a few years in. It's like starting to build, and one is ornaments. So we get each other excuse me. We get each other ornament, and it's been kind of cool. So I forget, she's got me the sports and foods ornament. I think I've posted before.
Yeah.
When we first launched our podcast, we try to pick stuff like that. I've got her, she's a hairstylist, so I've got her the hair one a couple times, and I've got I'm looking at our Christmas tree right now as I speak, and even then we get one for our kids too. So Nastasia has a controller. Back when she was younger, she loved video games, and there's always that classic one that we took when we were younger with the kid's face, and just all those. So that I never, I just put ornaments on. So now it's these ornaments actually have meaning, and it's kind of cool every year. She writes out each ornament and the year and all that. So that's she has a collection, and I think her mom did that. So that kind of was brought in. Man, I'm hurting over here with the throat, but I'm fine now. Okay, so also I have notes because I wanted to make sure I catch all those.
Hey,
those
ain't
good
nothing wrong with
moments. Yeah, and then there's a sweet pedal, which is it's if you think of a cinnamon roll, but it's more stretched out and more of a thinner batter, so it's not in the big cinnamon rolls style. I'll put a picture right here for you viewers who are watching YouTube. You can probably get a view of it, but it's so bomb, and it tastes like a cinnamon roll. It has all that frosting, and it has the crust that's kind of crispy, and all the sugar kind of crystallized. It's amazing. So that's a big thing. And then I'm trying to think, I didn't bring any Christmas traditions to our family, but I've kind of embraced it, and then she's been cooking a roast.
Okay.
That's been the most recent one, I think, in the last 4 or 5 years. But I asked her, I was like, "You doing a roast?" And I was like, "Yep." I was like, "Okay, we're good." Yeah. So we go to my grandma's house, and we do our her family's stuff too, but we actually still cook our own meal as a family. So that, I think that ties it in. And since we're in the food segment, I might as well tell you how she made it. I actually told you, I thought she followed a recipe, but she actually was like, you know what, I just kind of threw this stuff together, and I've been doing it a certain way. And she kind of wrote out her recipe on the spot, and I was like, okay. So it's her own mix of stuff, but it's good. 3-pound chuck roast. She said chuck roast. Make sure you pick that one if you want that meat that will tenderize. And she uses a packet of the dry onion soup mix for the liquid. Also the brown gravy mix, and with water, and she pours her seasoning. She didn't put the seasoning that she puts in there, but it's good. It has pepper, salt, all that good stuff, and onion powder, the normal mix, or whatever you guys do for your meats. But yeah, and then she puts the carrots and onion, full onion, yellow onion, crock pot, 5 to 6 hours. I'll put the recipe up too, and also on our website, so you can, I feel like I'm going through it kind of fast, but you can get all the details from there. And then, high or low, depending on how long you're going to be, if you're going to be away and all that. But it comes out ridiculous tender. I love the roast. I always try to save. Lately, it doesn't get saved. It just gets all eaten up. But I try to make sandwiches after it because I love the Oh man, I'm getting hungry thinking about it. But yeah, she makes it. It comes out so tender and so juicy, and so she makes mashed potatoes, and so like it'd be kind of weird now. I think if we don't do that for our household's dinner, it'll mess up the flow. So yeah, roast potatoes, and then I think we switched it up from we've done broccoli, asparagus, some kind of vegetable we always throw in there. So I don't think we've talked about it yet, but there's always a vegetable. Oh well, no, I forget the carrots too. That's part of it.
Oh yeah,
but we also either put a salad or something with it too. But yeah, it's good. And then this Christmas, I'll finish it with kind of a tradition with my grandma. Is I think since me and Jenny's been married too, and my sisters and her husband, they have their family, and just we like to open gifts with you like at home. You wake up with the kids and do that, but we go to my grandma's house for brunch on Christmas Day. That way we can have and we open some gifts there and stuff, but we have the rest of the evening just to chill and hang out and not have to do all these things, and you can just enjoy the Christmas. But they throw down over there with the brunches, all that stuff, from fruit to waffles and chicken to the traditional bacon. Like it's awesome. And I want to say it's been the last 2 years, but it's starting to be like that thing where it's like, brunch, and then you could go back home and we have our roast.
So got a good dinner.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like I said, it's really about Jesus and being born in Christmas, for us and stuff. But I love Christmas for all the other stuff as well too, like the lights in the neighborhood and all, and the desserts. Like that's a whole nother segment we can go into. So yeah.
Earlier when you were telling me about this roast, I don't know why I thought I automatically assumed you were talking about Grandma Ivory made this. I didn't realize Jenny was making this.
Oh yeah, Jenny makes it, and Grandma's she has her own flow, and actually Grandma's tried it and she liked it, so that was already I think that was the first year she made it. If I want to make sure that's right, I'll double check, but yeah, I feel like the first year she did it, we brought some to Grandma and she gave her the stamp of approval. So enough said there.
Yeah, it's all good. That means it's good.
Yeah,
that's dope. Well, we got so it's interesting. Like the only tradition that we brought in to our relationship, me and Lindsay. Relationship was I cooked breakfast for our family on Christmas Day. So like, the main part of the meal is grits. My mom texted me the other day and was like, because last year, oh my gosh, Tay, I opened my cabinet on Christmas morning, I had no grits. My mom almost freaked out. She was like, "What? You ain't got no grits?" I was like, "Oh."
There's not a lot of stores open either.
No. But I found some grits though.
Especially grits. Oh, you did?
Heck yeah. They sell them at if you're on Christmas Day and you need some grits, Platt Pantry has them. Some Platt Pantries have them. Ours did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I make grits and eggs, and then the last couple years I've been making these sweet potato waffles. Oh man,
ooh,
sweet potato waffles. I've become a sweet potato fan. So like, don't get me wrong. I've always eaten candy yams, but candy yams, it's full of sugar. Like, it's just a gang of sugar on top of the yams. Like, over the years, my mom has backed that sugar off. Like, this year she made it for Thanksgiving, and I was like, dang, Mom, these ain't even that sweet no more. Like, I'm good. That's good. But I was like, dang, man, you could put a little bit more sugar on them joints. She's probably thinking, man, you're diabetic already. Like, you don't need that much sugar.
Yeah. Mom knows.
Help you out. It's Thanksgiving, though, So... Yeah. But these sweet potato waffles, let me just be 100% transparent. I use a waffle batter mix from this they said at Target is gastro something. Anyway, this mix is so good. it's like I don't know, and I make waffles out of it. So that tradition was established prior to me and Lindsay's relationship. And it just carried in, and it's gotten grander. Like we have fruit on top of that, and Lindsay may make, we may get we like 2 years ago we went to Petit Provence and got Danishes and all kind of things prior to more sugar for breakfast.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff. And then for us, we don't like, because we do a big breakfast. We don't really, dinner is something like. We're always kind of scrambling for dinner. Like that night, we're like, most of the time everybody's already really tired because we've got up at the crack of dawn.
Get up early too.
Like, Chris, it's like, man, like, can you go back to bed? The Christmas will be there when you get up in another hour.
I remember those days.
Hey, but
you remember those days? You be sitting there in the covers like, we're gonna get in trouble, but I wish I could get up right now.
I want to get up right now. It's still dark outside, but I want to get up right now. That's why I don't get mad at her. As soon as she wakes up, and I tell her, you ain't got to wait. Just come in and wake us up. If we ain't awake, just come in and wake us up. I don't even get mad because I know, like you just said, we know what it was like to be a kid and want to open your presents. And like, I used to want to open mine bad. Like, I used to be by the time we were in like middle school, we had my mom like letting us open some of them at midnight. Like, Mom, she was like, yes, open a couple.
She knows
now. So then, because then we could get up and play a little bit with those toys that we already opened, and then she could sleep a little bit longer on Christmas morning before we went up there and woke her up for the real deal. Like, so just something to think about as they get older.
In the future.
Yeah, as they get older, just something to think about. So we don't really do major dinner, but this year, I think last year we did too, but we made salmon, and this year I think we're gonna make salmon again for dinner.
I like that.
I've talked about my salmon, how I make salmon. I think Lindsay's going to cook the filet this year, though. So I'll let you know I'll tell you guys next episode how it went down. I don't know how, because I'm not making it. Usually I cook everything, but this I ain't cooking. So I can't tell you how it's going to go down because I ain't cooking it. So, but a tradition that there's pressure. But a tradition that we do.
I know it's Christmas, man.
Yeah, it's got to taste good, Tay. It's got. It's got to taste good. So, I'm just, honey, I know you're gonna listen, so I'm just playing. So it always tastes good. So, but a tradition that we have established together though over the last several years, basically probably since Olivia's been able to really do stuff, is on Christmas Eve. Lindsay will make cookies while me and Olivia build a gingerbread house together. So everybody's in the kitchen together. Me and Olivia at the table doing that. And then Olivia kind of sometimes she does double duty. She helps with the cookies and she helps me, mainly she's helping me with the gingerbread house. The cookies we're making are for Santa. So Santa has his cookies. Yeah. But Olivia Olivia's really into Santa's health. So he only can have a couple cookies. She leaves some vegetables out for Santa. And last year she left him water because he didn't need any more milk. She said he drinks milk at everybody's house. He needs some water. She don't want to be dehydrated. Yeah. So I was like, okay. That's hey, whatever works for Santa is works for me.
It works, yeah.
So then everything has to be done, Tay. It has to be done. Everybody has to be sitting down. Lindsay makes popcorn, and we watch the very first showing of A Christmas Story on TBS at 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And so everybody sitting on the couch together. Everybody got popcorn. We watching the movie. And so we've been doing that probably for the last 4 years. And so I asked Olivia this year, I was like, 'cause I was thinking about changing the movie. And so I was like, hey, so I posted like a couple weeks ago, I approached this conversation. I was like, hey, I had some thoughts about Christmas Eve, and Olivia was like, and I was like, maybe about the movie, and Olivia was like, well, we're not changing the movie. And I was like, works for me. That was actually the response I wanted. We're not changing the movie.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yep. So on Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock, my family will be sitting on the couch watching A Christmas Story, the first, and we watch it on TV. Even though we could watch it on on a HBO, or we could watch it on Prime or something. We watch it on TBS on TV with all the commercials and everything in there. That's how I used to watch it as a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean that's how I watched it as a kid.
It was always like that.
Yeah. So I mean, like Same. Get the
Hey,
same
you can go to
experience.
the bathroom, get
Yeah,
some snacks,
get some more snacks.
talk
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, like it just, and that's what I tell Lizzie about. That's the thing I like about streaming, because there's no breaks. You don't get any time to do anything else. Commercials are break time for me. They allow me to get up off the couch and do something. I can sometimes I do push-ups. Sometimes I go get something else to eat. I go to, like you said, go to the bathroom, get some water, whatever. So. But yeah, that is the main tradition for us on Christmas Eve, and then I'm a traditions guy, so I'm always trying to incorporate something new and call it a tradition. Lindsay's like, you always trying to add something to do something. Hey, I want her, because with the thing that it touched my heart. She was like, the reason she didn't want to change the movie is because she was like, I want to be able to do this with my kids. Yes, that's what a tradition is right there. That's it.
Legacy,
right
man.
Yeah, that's
all
it,
that
right there. So that is what we do on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Christmas Day also, presents. But like Tay said, Christmas holiday is my favorite holiday of all the holidays. Don't get me wrong, I like Thanksgiving too because I like to eat the food. But Christmas is my favorite holiday because, we get food and all that stuff, and the gifts is, that's all cool. But like Tay said, it's about Christ being born and remembering him during this time. But then also, I feel like people show more kindness and more love during this time of the year.
They do.
People are more courteous, like all these things that people should do every day, but it's just way more present during Christmas time or during the holiday season. So, I love it for all those reasons.
I got one thing though.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. One thing I do not like about Christmas is the cold. It's just too cold. I hate that. And then it's too dark. It's too dark too. Like, besides that, man. So I had to throw the Grinch part in just what to say.
I mean, no, because those are all valid points. The thing about it is, like, so we need to stop doing daylight savings time. That will help us with the time, the darkness. Excuse me. And then we also, like my sister's in Las Vegas, and so I was telling my mom, I was like, maybe next year we go to Christmas in Las Vegas because it's like in the mid 60s in Las Vegas, and it ain't no mid 60s in Las Vegas. So
because to me, we don't get snow on Christmas, so if it's gonna be this cold, can we get some white snow on Christmas? Then it'll be worth it. But no, we just get this cold wind and rain. But I'm not trying to hate on it, but I was like, I wrote that down. I was like, what do I hate? And I was thinking like, there's something I don't like about it. I was like sitting there like, the cold.
and Tay, it's supposed to rain on Christmas too. Just so you know, just so you get the preview of next Wednesday. So it's supposed to rain. So
yeah, I haven't even checked that, but that's good to know. Yeah, I'll be. Supposed to rain. I'll have to prepare for what I wear then. The rain.
Hey, where do I go if I want more sports and foods?
snfpodcast.com.
In the news, we're going to jump right into the first topic. We're going to start with the NFL. Tay, these quarterbacks in the NFL make a lot of money. We just saw Deshaun Watson guaranteed $230 million. Trash. Kirk Cousins just got benched. $100 million they paid guaranteed money, and they paid this dude $25 million each season, which is actually not too bad for a decent. Well, at least he used to be decent. He wasn't playing decent this year.
I can't believe they're still in the playoff hunt. He's been playing bad.
I mean, one touchdown over the last 4 games, 1 touchdown and 9 picks.
Yeah. I'm glad they benched him because I'm like, if you don't, then you're just telling your team, like, skip it.
We don't even care.
Like,
right.
We don't even care.
We don't even care. We don't care about the season. But the quarterback that I want to talk about is Aaron Rodgers. Coaches is getting fired. The GM got fired. Ain't nobody looking at this dude, bro. Aaron Rodgers isn't good anymore. He's not. He's got weapons. He's got 2 good receivers. He's got a really good running back.
2.
Now his offensive line is, they're all right.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good defense, but they are trash.
He's throwing the ball. He's getting the ball out fast.
Yeah.
It's just not getting to the receiver when they're wide open. And then he has a confused look on his face like, Like, dude, that was you. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're looking like, what happened? Like, dude, you missed Wilson.
All the way.
I know this because I have him on a team, and then I have Aaron Rodgers on a 2-quarterback league, and then I have what's his name? Adams. Yeah. Devontae Adams. So
Devontae Adams, yeah.
I've been invested in the Jets, and yeah, disappointment after disappointment. Like, it don't even matter now for me, but yeah, he's playing better now, but the season's over.
It's over for them too, though. It ain't, not only your fantasy season, it's over for him too. They ain't making no playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't making no playoff run.
No.
Like, I think it's time for Aaron. I think Aaron Rodgers is doing when he's on the Pat McAfee show. I think that's what Aaron Rodgers needs to continue doing, like being a commentator. Like Tom Brady hung it up. It's time for that dude to let it go. He like
somebody's
Elsa,
gonna pay him.
Let it go, like Frozen. Let's let it go, man, because you're no longer getting it done, man. You think somebody's gonna pay him because his name, huh?
Somebody will.
That's so dumb to me, Tay. These.
I know.
That's how you know it's not. That's how you know football is not about wins and losses, man. It's about names.
The Seahawks, please don't. But anybody else, go ahead.
Go for it.
Gonna be bad if they did that, but yeah, we're not Aaron Rodgers away from doing anything.
No, the Seahawks don't need Aaron Rodgers. They definitely don't need Aaron Rodgers. All right, sticking with the NFL. We talked about bad quarterback play. There's some bad coaches in this league, Tay. There are several coaches I believe are on the hot seat. And I mean, some of these coaches' seat is burnt up like toast. They ain't even got the seat is gone. So I say in hot seat, but I think some of these coaches
should be packing.
Oh man, I mean they fired. I mean I think the Bears coach already got fired. So I mean I mean there's several. Do you got a few that you think are on the hot seat, Tay?
Oh yeah, I mean. Let's start with the Jacksonville coach, Doug Peterson.
Oh man,
like you just paid this quarterback, Mr. Goldilocks with the hair and stuff, and he was good as a rookie.
Lawrence.
He came out, he got beat up, but he played well. Last year he showed signs, but something happened last year, and they have not caught back on. Like I've never seen a team that was actually pretty good. Yeah. Just fall apart just like on offense like they did, and they got like their skill players is man, I'd take any of the players on my team, but they're not. I mean, they had some injuries, but it's the whole team. They penalties. Like I don't know why they're on TV so much, but I've seen enough of them.
They're terrible.
To know, like
terrible. Another coach, Tay, Brian Dable. The New York Giants head coach. He, I mean, really, to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell
Daniel
you what.
Jones.
That ain't his
guy.
I was about to say that's where I was about to go.
Yeah.
The GM needs to get fired too, because you picked Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. Let's think about that for a minute. Like,
yeah.
Bad
We've
choice.
seen Daniel Jones without Saquon Barkley. It's just that he can't play. But with Saquon Barkley, he's actually
decent,
pretty average.
Yeah, he's still only average with Saquon.
I think he's a good. I know we're old now. I'm calling these fools kids, but they're men too. But like, I think he's a cool guy. I think he's to be in New York, and I think he means well. But yeah, he's definitely your number 2, and I feel like he can be one of the best number 2s in the league. But yeah,
definitely not a number 1.
But Dayball, I feel like 2. These coaches have a little bit, some players, a little success, and then. Well, actually, I don't think he's ever had success.
No,
really.
They haven't really. Because I mean,
they kind of went to the playoffs one year, I think.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, they went to the playoffs one year. Maybe.
He gotta go.
He's got to get out of there. But there's some names, Tay, that I'm like that I know that are on the hot seat that I'm just like, man, like, but they didn't really have a shot. Like O.J. Mayo, the Patriots coach, or Antonio Pierce, the Raiders coach.
That's a bad one.
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
he's gonna get fired.
Both of them, or which one?
Well, Tom Brady's now a part of that ownership group. And
Antonio Pierce.
I don't know. I feel like
for the Raiders,
he's gonna
Get rid of
Yeah,
them.
the Pierce. Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I just
I like what they did last year, but something don't look right. But come on, you go in the season with Minshew
Yeah,
and
there you go.
I don't even know
Aiden O'Connell.
O'Donnell.
Aiden O'Connell.
Like
That's
I'd be
your other
like
quarterback.
to the ownership or somebody, I'd be like, what am I gonna do? Like what is our expectation? Let's start with that. like come on.
Tay, they ain't got no
Decent players, but
yeah, but they ain't got no skill players. They let go of their best skill player in Devontae Adams. I mean, he wanted to get traded because he's playing with a whole bunch of. I mean,
and why wouldn't you pay the running back? Like he's literally
Jacobs. Yeah, they just let him
get
go.
you wins.
Yeah, he's gone. So now you're running with
You don't have
with Abdullah. I can't even think of these guys' names. Like Madison. Like I mean, these dudes are not even good. And then I mean, their defense is
guy
okay.
Who started the season. He didn't make it past game 2. They already was benched him after that.
That's
I can't even think of his name either.
But then you got but then injuries and stuff too. I just don't think he's got that fair shake. And then OJ Mayo, man, I think he also, man, like he's playing a rookie quarterback / a trash veteran. Like I mean, like you got to give these dudes a shot, man.
They were in a lot of games too.
Yeah, I mean because their defense is pretty good. Like they can't run the football, they can't throw. I mean. Drake May, I think, is going to be okay at quarterback. I think he's going to be okay for the Patriots.
Yeah.
But Antonio Pierce ain't got nothing for the Raiders. He ain't got nothing.
No.
Like
nothing.
But Tay, there's a name that keeps coming up that I just in my brain I can't fathom why his name is even on this list. Mike Tomlin. People keep talking about Mike Tomlin maybe getting fired this year if they don't win games in the playoffs. This dude has never had a losing season, John Tay. Never had a losing season.
If he gets fired, he would be picked up stupid fast. Like teams who are already thinking about firing their coach. We love what he got. He gets fired from Pittsburgh. Would be like, unfortunately,
I have to let you go.
We're going in a different direction. Yeah, but that's crazy, and I feel like that's some disrespectful. Like, man, with some of the teams that he's had to go 8-8, like, man, even with Roethlisberger, like, he should have been. That's the only thing I feel like he should have let him go a long time ago. The teams that his team is getting better each year, but like the teams that he's had the previous years to be in the playoffs or 8-8, they be like start the season 1-5 or I don't know, but like they're always by the end of the year coached up and winning games. Like that's you can't deny his greatness with that.
I tell you that I said sometimes I just don't understand these people. So I don't jump on my soapbox. Let's proceed. Let's move on. Deion Sanders. Prime time.
Yeah, prime time.
He said he would dictate which team picks his son, Shador, in the NFL draft. I mean, I've seen it happen, Tay. Archie Manning did this with Peyton. Or with Eli. What did he do with Eli? With Eli. He did it with Eli.
Yep.
Because they didn't want him to go to San Diego. Yep. He didn't want him to go to San Diego.
Which I thought was crazy, but I don't know.
I mean, it worked out.
So.
Yeah, it worked out for him, I guess, you know. But do you think that Deion's going to be able to have the same pool that like an Archie Manning did for Eli?
You know what? When you brought that up about just like think about the only times that's happened has been these elite like legends. So I think he has a shot. I mean, I'll say this, you know, I hate that people are gonna say like, oh, Deion shouldn't do this or for his sons. Like, if whatever he wants, that's his son. If he wants to coach his son in NFL or leverage where his son is gonna go as a professional, and he has some clout and he can do it, I'm not gonna hate on that. Like, now can he do it? That's a good question, Dre. Like, I think that I mean, obviously he's already throwing it out there, and I feel like he has some power. Like, I mean, look where he's came and what he's doing now with Colorado. I do think I don't know. It's like I feel like he's kind of teetering, like pushing it, but then he's like hasn't really said a lot. So I'm kind of I don't even know. To me, I guess if I want to sum it up, it's like a toss up. Like I don't even know.
I agree with you. I think I believe he can, but I mean, will the teams listen?
Is he gonna like be that like I'm not? My son's really not gonna go there.
He's not going
to.
I mean, because that's what Caleb Williams tried to do too. Caleb Williams tried to do it this year because he didn't want to go to the Bears.
He did.
And where did he end up getting drafted to? The Bears. You know. Yeah. But John Elway did it. But the thing about John Elway, John Elway said he was going back to going to play baseball, like, and I think he did go play baseball, and then he came back to the draft the following year, and got drafted by the Broncos. So I mean, like, it can happen. I just, you know, I wish Deion and Shedeur a lot of love and luck. You know what I mean? But good luck.
Who's that? Who do you think's going to be that pick? The Giants
or the Raiders? The Raiders.
Yeah, I think they want to go to the Raiders, so that would work. The Giants, I don't know. That'd be. He's gonna get hit a lot.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hopefully, you know what?
Shoot the Raiders too.
Yeah, he gonna get pummeled. He ain't got no weapons out there either. They're going to do that thing where they draft the quarterback, and then their next pick they're going to draft the wide receiver because he ain't got nothing to throw to. I mean, Myers is. I mean, I don't want to talk about him because he made me lose my playoff game and my fantasy game, but I ain't going to say his name because he.
Yeah,
I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt by this. But yeah, they don't have very much out there. Brock Bowers, I like him.
Oh yeah,
that's about what they got. I forgot about what I was talking about. When I was talking about they had no skill players. He's the only player they got that's good on their whole team. Besides on the offensive side, on defense they got a couple good. You know, Max Crosby is good on defense. And, you know, they got a couple good defenders, but other than that, all right, Tay. Yeah. I think it's time. We haven't made any. I mean, at least we haven't talked in a while, but we haven't made any predictions about the Super Bowl. Tay, who is your AFC representative and your NFC representative in the Super Bowl?
Man, AFC is loaded.
They are.
I'm pulling for the Ravens. I think. To me, they're gonna make it. I just feel it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills went there. And then a betting man. Yeah. So we're putting money on the line. Yeah. Putting the house on the line or something.
House on the line.
You know, the Chiefs probably gonna go back to the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but you know, Mahomes and their defense. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I don't want them. I hope they lose. But yeah, so I got Ravens. I'll say Ravens.
Okay.
NFC, I wish it's my Seahawks, but we're trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But I do think the Detroit Lions can do it.
Okay.
Even with losing Montgomery, which is it's going to hurt them. Yeah. I just think they have that swag. They need that their DN Hutchinson or whatever, I think.
Yeah, Hutchinson, yeah.
He I feel like it's a huge loss because he was dominating, but just I don't know. I think it's them right now. So yeah, I got Lions, Ravens, or Lions Chiefs. Probably.
Tay. Okay, so I Lions Chiefs. Okay, that's okay. So I'm with you. I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But they're probably going to be in the Super Bowl. If Pat Mahomes can, his ankle, this whole high ankle sprain thing, like they say he was practicing this week though. But I mean, if this ankle becomes a problem,
to get cold though.
If it becomes a problem, then I think the Bills are going to be the team to beat in the AFC. So I'll say the Chiefs as well. Now the thing, I like the Lions as well. I like the Lions.
Yeah.
But those Philadelphia Eagles. They look really good. Last week they showed me something when and they were fighting on the sideline about passing, and then that dude Jalen Hurts came out through for 290 yards last week. He had two receivers with over 100 yards. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown had over 100 yards receiving last week.
They're built for it.
And Saquon didn't even have a good game, and they still got a win against a quality team. So against the Pittsburgh Steelers,
there is a trend. If you see, there is a trend. If you see, I feel like the Lions and Philly can play any style of football. We can throw it if you want to throw it. We can ground and pound. That's kind of what they do.
That's what they like to do.
Do. And then the defense, it really comes down to
they both play good
which defense is going to step up. But you're right, like those two, I don't see anybody else messing with them in the NFC. But man, the Philadelphia Eagles, they're quietly. I mean, they're getting a little bit of publicity. Publicity because of their the stars on the team, but they're playing. You're right, dude. Some serious football right now. Like when it really matters too.
And it's starting to matter. It's definitely starting to matter. All right, Tay. So I got the Eagles, and I got the Chiefs. We'll say the Chiefs. All right, so we're gonna back it down a little bit. We can get out of the NFL and we'll jump into a little duck football and basketball. Tay, we're gonna start with football because I just have a problem, Tay. Tay, I have a problem. Yes, Tay, I have a problem with why the number one team got the hardest road to the final. The undefeated team that won the Big Ten championship, Tay. How do we end up we have to get to the final to get to the championship game? We got to beat either Ohio State, because I think Ohio State's going to beat Tennessee, and I think we have to beat Texas.
Yep. And then probably play Georgia or somebody in the finals.
In the final. How did that happen?
Yeah. Dude, it's been stressful with this. Like, we've been so excited. We're number one all year, pretty much. We've shown we're the best team. We win the league championship. Yeah. Everything is great. And then it just roll. Of course, it's gonna roll out this way. Like, only the Ducks. I swear, if it was any other team in the one spot, it would be like,
cakewalk.
I don't even want to say Boise State, but it would be way easier of a road. And like now, some of these teams don't even play an elite team like until like that second, third, or the third game.
Third round, third
game. That don't make sense. Our first New Year's game is gonna be if it's Ohio State.
Oh man,
we barely beat them.
We barely beat them.
Serious.
We beat them on a quarterback. Quarterback made a mistake.
Yep, and they haven't played for like a month. Like, it's gonna be a month. So man, I'm with you, dude.
So tell you, what do we have to do to win the championship? I know outside of win those games, what do we have to like? What do the Oregon Ducks need to do to win these games, man?
This is what I think. I'm glad you said it. The defense, man. We have to play. So think about our Oregon teams. Even with Mariota, we win. We score 30, but we lose one or two games, an important game, because we're scoring 30 and 40, but the other team's got 40, 50. And it's like, that's the problem. Like, right. So I feel like for the first time with a really good team that we got, we have like a top 5-10 defense. And if we can keep the score low in the lower than 20 or in the 20s, I don't see anybody beating us, just for our offense is that explosive. And then the only other thing I would say is, like we talked about before off camera, is run the ball, man. And we can't be throwing 10 times in a row, 20 times in the first half. Like, we need to run it. I'd rather us
run the ball 20 times.
Trying to and then see what happens. So, like, defense, the old school way, run the ball. And no turnovers. We got the natty.
Hey, Tay.
Turnovers always. Can't have them.
I can't disagree with anything you just said. The only thing on defense that scares me about us is our secondary. They got to step it up and play better. And like you said, on offense, we just got to run the football, man. Turn that offensive line loose on them on that defensive line, on them defensive lines, and let them pound them out. And it will set up the passing game, man. Dylan Gabriel is not going to win this. He didn't win the Heisman, so we don't have to worry about trying to make him the Heisman Trophy winner anymore. Let's give Jordan James the football. He should run the ball 25 times at least. If y'all want to give it to him 35 times.
He hasn't even done it.
No, not one time has he run the ball over 20 times. I think he's ran it 20 times, but I don't think he's ran it over like 21, 22 times in a game this season. So, I mean, I think it's time to give him the football, please. On to basketball. Tay, We went into I forget. I think the tournament was in Vegas. We won the Players Era tournament, unranked basketball team, Oregon Ducks, unranked.
Mm-hmm.
Tay, we are the 10th ranked team in the nation right now. We beat Alabama in that tournament.
Nothing.
Yeah, to 12. Yeah. And then we lost to UCLA. I wish we hadn't lost to UCLA. But, I mean, we beat Alabama. We beat San Diego State.
Yeah.
We beat Texas A&M. And all those teams are ranked in that tournament. Yeah. And then we went home and won a couple games. We lost to UCLA, like I just said. Tay, we number 10 in the country.
I love it.
What do you expect from our Duck basketball team in year one of the Big Ten?
I love it. I like it. You know, we're not even playing really our best ball, and we're winning games. And that's usually we play like terrible, and we can't even do things. So they're working through the kinks. But yeah, man, we have a shot to be really good. Like the grind is gonna start. You know, after Christmas, the league play and stuff. But I think we have a shot to be good if we stay healthy. And only thing I would say is like, some of our shot selection, the coach just has a green light for these players. And that's probably why they like to play with him, because he lets you. But, man, I love our local kid, but he be shooting some
Jackson Shellstaff, man. Like, and he's been breaking, though.
It just, that's the thing. And even like the other players, like when we're like not making shots, we just start taking the worst shots instead of using our athleticism. But man, I was not expecting this. I knew we would be a good team, but like we can have some good success.
Tay, usually we start playing better toward the end of the season, because that's by the time they've all bought into Dana Altman's system. But like he's got these guys already bought in. It seems like they're playing decent defense.
It does.
And like you said, on offense,
the defense, it's
kind of like, yeah. The player Nate Biddle's been playing really well. Jackson Shellstaff has been playing like trash. TJ Bomber, this guy from the Bronx, from Brooklyn, he's been hooping, man.
I like him.
And then Brian Angel, the transfer from Stanford, has been playing pretty good basketball. Tracy, they moved him to the bench. He's been playing good basketball. But the guy that I need to see something from is Kwame Evans, man. Like, this dude was a top recruit, man, and he ain't giving us nothing. Like,
no, something's going on, or just whatever. Like, I thought for sure, I've been shocked too. Like, it's something ain't there. You don't have that energy level or something. I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's not basketball. But yeah, we need him. He plays on a different level. We're gonna be. Ooh.
He can do everything. He can dribble. He can shoot. He can pass. He's tall. He's 6'9". So I mean, like, come on, Kwame, man. And especially tournament time, we need you to hoop, man. Because Biddle, man, he's got game, but man, Kwame Evans could be the difference maker for the Ducks, man. So
exactly.
All right, well, that was Duck basketball. We're gonna move into our local team and talk about our Portland Trailblazers. Tay, they started off the season making me a little bit nervous by winning too many games. Like, we was trying to win a championship. Like, hey, man, we trying to take
crazy.
We're tanking. Like, they were holding signs I saw the other night in Las Vegas in the Raiders game that said "Tank for Shador." Nah, man, we taking for Flag, man. We trying to get Cooper Flag, man. Like, they out there winning basketball games. No basketball game. We don't need to win any basketball games. Like, no. But really though, what do we need to do before the trade deadline, Tay, to like? I'm not trying, as you know, I've said it a lot of times. I'm not looking for wins right now. I'm looking for losses. But I want us to start setting ourselves up to be better. Like, start winning some games next year in the following year. So what do we need to do at the trade deadline so we can get that done?
Well, our guard, backcourt, we gotta get rid of Anthony. I hate saying get rid of players, but you know, he's a good player. And I think like if he went to the Lakers or something, or like a team like that, he would be perfect. Like he's easy to come in, maybe 6-man or even a starter, but like just be able to shoot shots and have fun on a good team. I think he would be perfect for them. But for what we're trying to do, and like he messes up our flow, and I feel like
kills it.
See, now when I'm talking about the backcourt, if we get rid of Scoot Henderson too, I mean, I feel like that. I hate to say it, I wouldn't be mad at that either. So, but that backcourt, I feel like Shaedon Sharpe, let that man eat.
Yeah, he needs to
and break up the backcourt. Who is what I don't know who should like, because when you trade, you got to get somebody, but I don't know. And then we are big mega contracts. Those two guys, but
get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Just go young and like you said, we're tanking.
I mean, like, I've liked what I've seen out of Klingon when he's playing. These minutes,
he's gonna be good.
Yeah, man.
Starter.
He's learning. I mean, he's learning on the fly. He makes mistakes. He fouls a lot, but most rookie centers foul a lot. Like, I like Blanton. You said it to me on text one day. Like, why is this dude not getting more minutes? You are right. He needs a lot more minutes. Like, let him play.
He could play. Yeah, he plays great as a guard, a tall guard, and got some. Yeah, he doesn't back down. I love. Yeah, young player.
Yeah,
gotta play him.
And Shaedon Sharpe, like you said, he needs to be the man. He needs to be out there shooting 15 to 20 shots a game. Like, he's the guy I think that's going to do it for us.
Let me ask you this: why, for like that 3-4 game stretch, he was getting all the shots and he's averaging 30 points a game? Like, I was like, who's this guy? This guy is like literally a superstar if he can continue to play. Somewhere, maybe it's the tank. It has to be the tank. Somewhere they're like, do not shoot anymore. And then it's in those games. Shoot, so I think it has to be that. Anthony was out.
Anthony was injured during those games. Because one of those games I went to the game when we played the Hawks, and I was at the game, and he scored 33 against the Atlanta Hawks, and we won the game. And Anthony was on the bench, and that's what it is. I was texting him. I texted you. I said, like, he treats Anthony like he's Dame, and Sadie's like CJ. He always defers to him. Yeah. So when it's time to take a big shot, when it's time to
he goes right to the corner.
Yeah, he passes the ball to him, and he goes stands. Nah, man, you need to take the ball and make him go stand, and you take the ball to the rim, and you do this thing because you bigger than him, and I mean, I'm not gonna say you're more talented than him because Anthony's talented. Don't get me wrong. That's not why I want him to get out of Portland. I want him to get out of Portland because, like you just said, Tay, we got Scoot, who needs minutes, and I mean, I don't.
He needs minutes.
He's got to play. He's got to get on the court. The dude is not polished at all. I don't know what I thought I was going to see this year, but I've not been seeing any polished. Of it at all. I mean, like, the dude.
Only thing he's polished in, he can handle the ball.
Yeah, well,
but then the pass,
and he keeps shooting so many 3-pointers. Like, he can't shoot, man. Like, let that go, man. And then, like, we need to get rid of DeAndre Ayton. We need to get rid of Matisse Thybulle. We need to get rid of. The only player that has a big contract I think we can hold on to for a little bit longer is Jeremy Grant, because when he plays with these young guys, he keeps us watch, like you were talking about earlier. He keeps us watchable, like Jeremy Grant does. Like he makes it like the games. I mean, because he keeps the flow of the game moving pretty good. I mean, when he's not drunk dribbling, he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as he ain't bring it up the court, he's good with me. But I need to see more Scoot. I need to see more Shaedon. I like to see more Blanton. I need to see more Klingon. I'd like to see more. Trumani plays a lot, but I'd like to see more Denny Avdia, because he's starting to play well now.
He is.
I mean, and him and Trumani and Avdia get a lot of minutes, though. They get about 25 plus minutes a game.
They do.
But they probably could get 30 minutes a game if we didn't have these other dudes. Chris Murray, I think I've seen enough of him. I don't think he's very good. I'd like to see more Ryan Repair. No. You know what I mean? Like, so we got players on the bench. I'd like to see more. Yeah, like when he gets on the court. Yeah, like, he can't get on the court though because
Walker plays pretty decent too.
Yeah, Jabari.
I don't know. I don't know. The ball kind of fizzles with him sometimes, but I like he don't play enough to where you don't even know if he. Yeah. But he makes play every time he comes out there. He's getting offensive rebound. Yeah. He's hustling. So I don't know. Like, you're right though. So we need to like focus on some of these young players and get rid of these other ones and bring some new young faces in and,
Just
and
get some young.
let's take and grow.
I tell you, that's it. Like you were talking about, who do we need to get for these players? Whoever they want to give us, it don't even matter as long as it's attached. As long as the first round pick is attached to that player, a first round pick, or a pick swap or something. That's what we look.
I wouldn't mind getting a couple of veterans and they don't play that much and just let them sit on the bench, collect that contract,
and if as long as they
chill in Portland for those 6 months.
As long as they're willing to also help.
That's
groom, and they don't want playing time, but they're willing to help groom our young players, like train them up. You know what I mean? That's what we need. We need a Udonis Haslam in the locker room. Somebody that ain't trying to play, but that's there like a coach on the bench. Like he's still a player, but we need some players like that. Yeah. So you're right about bringing a couple veterans that can do that. So. I mean,
because that's what really the problem with the NBA now. I feel like people don't have roles. They all want to do this one thing, but like, no, you need to find your role on the team, and you'll be in the league for 10, 15 years, and you guys will win. But unless this team has a plan and they define roles, we're just gonna keep recycling all these players and nothing's gonna happen. Like they gotta learn what's gonna make them successful and what's gonna help them make our team successful instead of like guessing like, oh, this guy, like, no, we gotta get some players who can play together. and take like I said, OKC did it. You picked 5-6 guys and let them just go out, and like in 2 years they're the best team in the league.
But the thing about it too, they picked several toads too, though. Don't get they didn't. Sam Presti didn't pick all good players with those first round picks, but he picked enough players in those first round picks to get enough good ones, and he let them, and they just threw them out there and let them all play together, and that's what we need to do. We need to throw them out there and let them all play together and see what we got. But you're mixing in Jeremy Grant, you're mixing in DeAndre Ayton, you're mixing in you're trying pretty soon Thibault's gonna be on the court. You got
what
Jeremy
do you think
Grant.
We're gonna do? What do you think we're gonna be, a playoff hinge team? Like why? Yeah, like we gotta get rid of the Aidens and like
So we ain't gonna make the
other veteran last year.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna win 20 games maybe. I mean, and that
they shouldn't be playing 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, like what are they playing for? Like, I mean, if I was them dudes, I'd be pressing to get out of Portland. But I mean, the thing about Portland is it's a pretty chill situation for them. Like they making all that money.
Oh,
there ain't no stress.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They ain't
no stress.
They ain't trying to win. So like, Aiden ain't out there trying to win champions like he was in Phoenix. Like where he's playing. They're getting pressed.
He can literally take games off, and then they're like, okay, and then come back when you're ready.
Yeah, because we ain't trying to win. It don't matter. So like, I think that's part of the issue too. Like. I mean, these dudes get out here and they're like, man, I don't want to leave. It's cool out here. It's
it's cool. But if I was Aiden's not tripping. I thought he's not tripping for sure. Like I thought he would kind of be like, but I'm like, he has no complaints.
Not one.
he out there high fiving everybody. Like you think he'd be like kind of like, this sucks. No, he seems like he's out of Arizona.
He's
good.
It's
not hot as much anymore.
No,
making so much money.
Yeah, he's getting paid, and he ain't got to work that hard. So I mean, like that's how I totally agree with you. Like those guys, we got to get those dudes out of here so that we can have a shot at being good. But Tay, we talk about this every year, and the trade deadline in February will come and go, and we'll have this exact same team, like you were talking about earlier with the Cowboys. They have the exact same team.
Exactly.
The exact
same team.
Same result.
Aiden's going to get he's going to be right back in the lineup, getting his minutes. And Anthony getting 30 minutes and messing it up.
Man, so, all right, well, all we can do is say a prayer for the Portland Trailblazers.
Y'all missed the show? Well, no worries. They're on our website, snfpodcast.com. That's Steve, Nancy, Frank, podcast.com.